What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another brand new league racing video on the channel here today. We're back once again for TTML, some more Division 1 action here today at the Austrian Grand Prix, round number 5 of the season. Now, coming into this, my expectations were not actually that high, to be brutally honest with you guys. I had done very limited laps in practice, and Austria has just never really been a real hot favourite circuit for me. Yeah, I don't really know why. The pace majority of the time is decent, but I've just never been a massive fan of this place. But anyway, let's take a quick look at the calendar just so you guys can see what the next few weeks is going to look like. So as you can see, we've already done the first 4 rounds: Australia, Bahrain, Spain, which unfortunately we missed because someone decided to sleep in. So yep. Anyway, and then we had Baku last week, obviously, which 4th place in the end, I think it was okay, but I felt like we definitely should have won that race. So we'll try and put right the wrongs of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix and see if we can win here at the Red Bull Ring today. As I was saying though, I hadn't done as much practice as I normally would. Mainly because, well, Austria it's such an easy circuit. You know, the field, particularly a field like this, that normally might be covered by 1.5 to 2 seconds, I would probably guess they'd be covered by like a second around here, because there's not really a lot of time to gain or lose around here. A couple of tenths here and there, but yeah, in general, it's a pretty easy track to get right. So yeah, anyway, on with qualifying now. We crossed the line for our first run of the session. 102.7, it puts us second, momentarily behind Mashiro. Verstappen drops us down to P3 though, and well, I'll be blunt, that's an absolutely crap lap. Definitely should be at least probably 4 tenths faster than that. So yeah, we'll see what we can do on our second run of the session now a few minutes later. 1/10.5 up as we come into the final 2 corners. You just got to throw it through here. It feels so good when you get it right. Final corner was a little bit scruffy. Could have taken a bit more speed through there. But we come across for a 102.5. Not too shabby. But yeah, there is still more time to find. So we'll cut over now a few minutes after that lap. We're out again for our 3rd run of the session. And this actually turns out to be our fastest lap of qualifying, so I'll let you guys enjoy. Alright, and here we go. Open the DRS, run up to the line. We come across for a 102.434. Puts us P4 provisionally, excuse me. Not too bad. Let's go and have a look at the stream, shall we? What's happening?
But now medium pilot through the middle sector, looking at his time, 27.8, purple through the middle sector from medium pilot, and now this is where he's got to try and lay it all on the line, up towards turn 9, and then through turn 10 at the Red Bull Mobile corner. Looks a bit unstable coming through turn 9, now through turn 10, medium pilot absolutely flies out. What's the lap time going to be? It's quickest with a 102.154, and he finds nearly 102.154 I should say, and he finds nearly a tenth of a second over Mashiro, or 0.2 of a second over Mashiro, and Mashiro has now got to try and respond, but I think Mashiro's actually invalidated.
A 102.1, are you actually having me on? Well, that is a hell of a lap from medium pilot. I tried to respond right here at the end of the session, as you're witnessing, but we just get a little loose through the left-hander there. We caught the inside curb, back of the car stepped out, and unfortunately we have invalidated. We would have only improved by a couple of hundredths of a second anyway, but that still would have actually been crucial, because as you can see there, Matthias is actually P4, so he's jumped us. He has set the exact same time as us, a 102.434. So if we could have improved, even by just a thousandth of a second, we would be on the second row of the grid right now. So yeah, that's not really ideal. But anyway, there's your final qualifying order. Medium Pilot takes pole with a bonkers lap of 102.1. No idea how the hell he did that. The two AlphaTauri second and third, Mashiro and Recon. Matthias fourth, ourselves in fifth. Verstappen, Cohen, the two Alfa Romeos, sixth and seventh. Our teammate Csl Elite in eighth. And then we've got McLaren, Haas, Racing Point. And yeah, the field actually not spread out by as much as what I thought. The top, what was that, 12, 13 cars? Covered by not quite half a second. So pretty damn close in the end. And crucial thing to note, Perpetum down there outside the top 10. So that is a absolute disaster for the Ferrari man and the championship leader. That is going to certainly make his day a lot more difficult than probably what he's used to. But anyway, away we go for the formation lap. Or do we? Yeah, we do. Okay, we didn't really go anywhere there. Whoops. But yeah, so thoughts coming into this is, oh, hang on, that's medium pilot. Could be wrong. It's only the formation lap. You don't really need to push it that hard. Yeah, where was I? I don't even know. Oh, I've never seen that before. I've never seen someone drop it at turn 1 on a formation lap at Austria. That's a new one. But yeah, as I was saying, expectations coming into this race, the main aim was just to get a podium. Perpetum all the way down the order. So I knew that, you know, if we could get a podium finish, we could really make some inroads in the championship here. And finally, I say finally because apart from round 1, nothing has gone our way so far in this championship. Finally, we might be able to get our championship challenge back on track here. So let's get it underway. 5 red lights, and away we go here. The Austrian Grand Prix. Looks like the reaction time was pretty good, but the start was absolutely dreadful. Matthias looking at the inside of Mashiro there. Bit of contact we have to go wide to avoid. Luckily no warning there. Chaos in the background as well. But we have gotten through up into P4. Medium Pilot still maintains the lead as we run up the hill. Recon P2. Mashiro still P3. We're up into P4. You got Bullet Boy making a move on one of the Alfa Romeos there, so he gets up into P5. Very nice start from our I'm trying to think of a phrase, our long-term T&E rival, as well, he is, can't really deny it. But anyway, so far so good. Looking on the minimap though, not so good for our teammate in Csl Elite, who has been caught up in the turn 1 mess, so a bit unfortunate for him. But what I'm going to do now is switch over to a fellow driver's POV. XL Lando has been very kind to lend me some footage from his POV. So let's go and check out the start from his POV, shall we? So yeah, let's have a look-see.
Good, go 4 wide, do it boys, do it.
Was that Csl Elite? Wow, this has been a fucking dreadful start.
Start was okay, now stay alert for threats around you.
So a very hectic start back in the field there, on board with Lando. Did a very good job to actually keep his front wing intact there. Would have been very easy to pick up some damage, but he's gotten away with it. Anyway, back on board with us here, starting lap number 3. We're coming up to the back of Mashiro here. Now he has dropped off the back of Recon a medium pilot. Excuse me, Jesus, English. So we're going to try and get by Mashiro here. on the run up the hill. He brakes really late. I think there was a little bit of lag contact there. And yeah, we get through up into P3. No damage, thankfully, to Mishiro and myself, which probably count our lucky stars a little bit there, because normally when there's a bit of desync, a bit of lag, it's almost guaranteed that someone's going to get damaged. So yeah, we got away with one there. On to lap 4, new PB of the race, 105.8. And at this point, I am just pushing as hard as I can, trying to get within the DRS range of the top 2 up ahead there. I am having to burn quite a bit of ERS to make that happen though, and we are bringing our T&E rival in Bullet Boy along with us as well. But crucially, if you look behind him, Mishiro has not quite fallen out of the DRS range. I think he's in by about 200ths at the moment. But yeah, the AlphaTauri's pace really not looking good at the moment, so it's looking like a bit of a 4-car runaway at the moment, as Recon has picked up a 3-second time penalty after only 5 laps. Very easy to do around here, mind you. The track limits are extremely strict, but yeah, that is really not going to do his race any good. Anyway, coming on to lap 7, Venom has retired in, where is that? That's where we lost it in quali. What on earth? And virtual safety car now. Yeah, apologies for the brief silence there. I'm just a bit confused as to what's happened there, because you can see the, well, not anymore, but you could see the dot as to where his stranded car actually was. And that's a really odd place to actually crash and actually retire, like get enough damage to actually knock yourself out of the race. So yeah, that's another first. I haven't seen that before, but anyway, a race of firsts. That's what this is turning into at the moment. But anyway, on to lap 10, Recon finally having a go at Medium Pilot. Took him long enough, but anyway, he gets the lead. Now we're going to try and have a go at the Racing Point driver here. Recon goes defensive. Medium Pilot can't get back by the AlphaTauri, so we're going to try and get through up into second here on the exit. Recon gets very loose, so do we. Medium Pilot, the only one who doesn't half spin out of that corner. But now into the left-hander. It's all a little bit messy right now. None of us are wanting to slot in single file. We all want to get a move on. And unfortunately what that has done has just about brought Verstappen and the train of cars behind him back into DRS range. That's the one big danger when you start to fight like that. It is quite easy just to basically let the cars behind almost just cruise into your DRS, and then it's almost impossible to get rid of them. But anyway, we all slobbed into single file onto the start of lap 12. Medium Pilot peels in for what I'm presuming will be a set of hard tyres, because mediums will not go 24 laps, at least not 24 green flag laps anyway. Little NASCAR reference there. But anyway, we've got a really good run on Recon here, and we're going to try and get by the AlphaTauri driver. Now, bear in mind, I'm actually wanting to stop at the end of this lap, but I was also trying to push so hard just to make sure Medium Pilot didn't undercut us too much. As you can see, Recon is really trying to fight us here, still side by side throughout the whole middle sector. Finally, we just get the nose ahead, but we're going to come into the pits here anyway, so probably a bit null and void, to be honest. Recon sweeps around the outside, back into the lead. Into the pits we come. Bullet Boy follows us in, no big surprise. Get it slowed down for the speed limit. There we go. Alright, and into the pits we come. So we're going to put a set of mediums on here. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Hang on, Andrew, didn't you just say 30 seconds ago mediums won't make it? Well, that was correct. Yes, I did say that. But I do know for a fact, throughout past experience, if I can manage the tyres right, I can make them last a lot longer than what people think they can go. So I was confident I could make this work. But anyway, we've re-emerged on track in a bit of an awkward spot here. Well, actually, no, maybe it's not that bad. We've re-emerged right behind the effective race leader now in Medium Pilot. Verstappen, who pitted, I think, on lap 10 for a set of hard tyres. He's effectively up into P3 now. But I think Bullet Boy is going to swiftly demote the Alfa Romeo driver back into P4 and off the podium, and he has. So yeah, nice job from the Haas driver there. Anyway, on to lap number 14, just sitting on the back of Medium Pilot here. I wasn't too you know, desperate to make a move at this point. I was happy just to sit here for a few laps and just see what kind of pace the Racing Point had. And as you can see, we're going for a move on the Mercedes, who I believe is yet to stop, and luckily he basically just pulls over, lets us go, knows he's not in the lead battle and doesn't want to get involved in it. So great sportsmanship from him there. Coming on to lap 15 as we run up the hill, we're now making a move on Medium Pilot, and there we go, job done up the inside, and that is us into the effective lead of the Austrian Grand Prix at not quite half race distance. Cutting on now to the very next lap in the very same place. We're overtaking one of the McLarens now. I'm not going to try and pronounce that name, to be honest, because yeah, it's a bit of a mouthful, and pronunciations are like my weakest point in anything, so apologies for that. But anyway, we're up to P4, and crucially for us, that has actually put a car in between ourselves and Medium Pilot. Cutting off to lap 19, Medium Pilot still hasn't been able to get by, so we're out of the DRS range of our main competitor. But here on to lap 19, now we're trying to make a move on XL Noon in the Red Bull. We get around the outside, inside, I don't bloody know, around the outside, up top of the hill there, up to P3. We're going to get DRS rich and overtake here on the second McLaren of Laser as well. We should get this move done down the bottom of the hill here. Get it stopped, turned in, and there we go, up into P2. And crucially, now we have 3 cars in between ourselves and the first man on the road who could challenge us in Medium Pilot. So at this point I was thinking, okay, you know what, if I could break the DRS to Laser, and then I could really start to back it down a little bit, and yeah, maybe you know, just give myself a better chance of making it to the end. XL Noon retired on the exit of turn 1. I think he's crashed there, and that has brought out a safety car with 16 laps to go.
A new strategy is
And
well,
what do we do now? We've gotten a strategy change from Jeff. I thought about pitting for a set of soft tyres, to be brutally honest with you guys, but that would have actually put me back down to P7 or P8, and I really wasn't interested in dealing with any of that. So yeah, we stayed out. We're back in the lead with Medium Pilot and Bullet Boy right behind us. Green flag racing. So we're back underway once again here at the start of lap 23, and just weaving around a little bit, trying to make sure I had a decent amount of front tyre temp, obviously, because I knew Medium Pilot being on the hards, if I was having trouble keeping temp in my tyres, which I was under the safety car, then he would be in an even worse situation. So yeah, just tried to get the best restart I could. So far we've done that. We maintain the lead. We've got about a 6/10 advantage over the Racing Point driver. Let's jump on board with XL Lando, shall we, and have a look at what this is like from his POV. A bit hectic back in the field there, it must be said. Either way, very nice restart from XL Lando. He does have a 3-second time penalty, but at the current rate of progress, that might not matter. He's already up to 4th, now on the back of Bullet Boy as we run up the hill here. And just like that, he is through up into P3. Onto the very next lap, and Medium Pilot actually pulls over and lets his teammate go there. Probably not a bad decision from Medium Pilot there, because he's on pretty worn out hard tyres, where Lando is on effectively brand new soft tyres, so probably be a bit pointless in trying to fight And that's exactly the mindset I've got right here. Just going to leave it in standard, don't touch the DRS, we're going to let Lando go. And at this point my thinking was, if I can just stick within the DRS, he could tow me away from medium pilot, and indeed, that worked.
Oh, I almost broke DRS, fuck. So close.
Indeed it was, 9/10 of a second as we come around the final corner, but we just about held on to the DRS of the Racing Point driver. Now as I said, he does have a 3-second time penalty, so effectively we are still leading, but at this point I was just trying to use him to get away from medium pilot and give myself the best chance of winning this race. And I won't lie, it was incredibly difficult to stay within the DRS of Lando. He was ridiculously fast, particularly through the middle part of the racetrack here, but after a few laps I think the soft tyres did start to lose their edge a little bit, and yeah, made our job a little bit easier. So anyway, on to the penultimate lap of the race now, as we're about to start the final lap. We've got a comfortable lead of 2.5 seconds to medium pilot. We're still within the DRS range of Lando, so we should be safe, home and dry here to win this race. But through turn 1, we've got a puncture. Our front left has blue. Oh, no, no, no. Damn it. We've got a puncture. Jesus Christ. Just under a lap away from winning. And now it looks like we are going to lose this win. Obviously, you can't go full speed on freaking 3 wheels because you're just going to end up in the wall. I'm still trying to press on with, you know, quite a bit of speed, which I probably shouldn't be realistically, but I'm still trying. And oh man, this stings really badly, I've got to tell you. Medium pilot goes by, Bullet Boy goes by as well, so now we're not even on the podium. Carlsbury right behind us in the Ferrari as well, Laser there in the McLaren, and at this point we're not even going to finish in the top 5. Carlsbury goes through, Laser's going to go through here in the penultimate corner. That was pretty close to contact there actually. But Csl Lando will win the Austrian Grand Prix in a pretty dramatic last lap turn of events. We're going to cross the line on track in P8, but after penalties we do get back up to P6. But wow, that's a kick in the teeth right there. Alright guys, so there we go. That's been today's video. TTML Division 1 Round 5, the Austrian Grand Prix. And, well, I mean, what can you say? We couldn't buy a bucket full of good luck at the moment. We led for like 20 laps of that race or something. It looked like we were home and dry, on course to win that race and get our championship challenge back on track. But fate has dealt another cruel blow to our championship charge. But anyway, we'll see if we can get them again next week. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Once again, quick shout out to Csl Lando. Appreciate the being able to use your footage there, mate. And yeah, till the next video, hope you've enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. I'll see you all again soon.